Press the button, my friend.
The Out of Bounds Show is live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge in the Bank Plus studio.
Check it out.
All right. Good morning. Welcome in. The Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary. Hope you're doing well. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. And Taylor Heineke for MVP. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. And I've referred to the Washington NFL team as the Commodores earlier instead of the Commanders. I corrected myself really fast because Vanderbilt won this past weekend, and we don't ever talk about Vanderbilt on the show. But I actually dropped their name and said Commodores a couple of times, and then I mixed in. We were having Steve Palazzolo on with Pro Football Focus talking NFL. But Fred Smoot's Washington Commanders, to you, Blake Scott, beat the Philadelphia Eagles over the weekend. And they shut down A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, and the Eagles had been on a hell of a run. So we welcome in Fred Smoot on the Dos Equis guest line. Fred Smoot, good morning, buddy.
Bo Bounds, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Well, I'm doing well. I mean, how awesome was that for you and all your listeners in the Washington area to get that W over the weekend?
We needed that W, and our last couple of trips to the state of Pennsylvania has been good to us. Don't forget, 2 years ago we beat the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers while they was 11-0, and then we come back and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just saying, this team they got something to them, and you got to believe Heineke. Heineke has that Shane Falco, Steaming Willie Beeman thing going on for him right now.
I love that movie, by the way. Any Given Sunday. Oh, man, that was great. All right, here's the question. NFL is totally different than college. You win a big game in college, everybody pats you on the back all week on campus, and a lot of times that team has a hangover the next week, Smoot. But this is professional football, different deal. You played both and both at a high level. Can the Commanders stay focused and go on the road and beat a terrible Texans team and go back-to-back W's?
Hey, great question, Bo Bounds, because that's been our weakness. We get up for the teams that's at the top of the mountain, and the teams that are at the bottom, we get walked over by them. So that's the great question. You took the Vikings, who are the best team in the NFC, most people would say. You took them to the fourth quarter. You came back, you beat Philadelphia, and now you play the Texans, the team with the worst record in the NFL. Can you do what you're supposed to do and go beat that team? Great question, and that's going to be a great challenge for this team. Not just this week, but the week after this when we play the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a you could actually go on a run. I mean, if you
yeah,
dang,
we can
man.
literally after this be 7-5 easily headed to the playoffs.
You should be. Rivera's a good coach. Y'all just haven't figured out the QB position. And Heineke's a nice player, but in this league, man, with everything that's going on, you need some more juice there. But damn, you beat the Texans and the Falcons, and you're 7-5. You're cooking with something going into December.
We're cooking with what they call fish grease, my brother. Nothing is hotter than fish grease, and that's what's going on right now. We're hot, and if you can stay hot, and if you can get hot at this time of the season, this is when championships is won. Don't forget, we watched the Cincinnati Bengals go on a similar run last year. Get hot at the right time, start to win, make plays happen, make things happen, and you go on a run. And that's what we're seeing from the Washington Commanders, not the Commodores. Lionel Richie is not my quarterback. Lionel Richie don't play for us. Right? Not the Commodores, the Commanders. You can call us Commandalorian. However you feel, bro.
I can't remember what you told Vanderbilt back in 99 or 2000 when y'all beat them like 42-7 or something.
I remember vividly. I remember I walked up pregame to one of the players, and it was a wide receiver, and I was like, you know what, I'm feeling generous today. I would, if you do my homework for a year, I would give you a couple catches. Right? That's what I told him, and we started fighting on the field, and that's when we got the big penalty before the game.
Okay. That's awesome, by the way. If you do my homework for a year, I'll allow you to catch a ball or two. Did Jackie Sherrill? Because I mean, he liked his players to get after it and do a little bit of smack talk. But did he ever ask you to tone it down, Smoot?
Never. You know what? That's what I love about Jackie Sherrill. He let that dog off the leash. He did not care what I did. He wanted me to stir the pot. He believed that I set a line and I set a standard for the team no matter what off the wall stuff I did. It don't matter if there was a pregame fight or me out talking or me talking during the week. He just believed that, hey, if you set the bar high, people aim for it. And that's what we did. Like we was agitators. That's what my group was. We was a bunch of agitators. We agitated everybody. We wanted to put everybody on Front Street that it was time for Mississippi. It wasn't time for Louisiana. It wasn't time for Alabama. It wasn't time for Tennessee. It was our time to shine. It was Mississippi time, and he let me and the rest of my guys do what we wanted to do.
Okay, so that defense was incredible in 99 and 2000, but 99 was just unbelievable. Y'all start off 8-0. We're visiting with Fred Smoot, Playboy All-American at Mississippi State, then went on to play for the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings, and now doing Washington Sports Talk TV and everything else. So who were you closest? So y'all had John Hilliard, Blade, Galladay, Cooper, Pig, all these guys.
Yeah.
Who were you closest to on the defensive side of the football?
Defensive, me and Ashley Cooper, me and Robert Bean, me and Pig Prater. Yeah. Just Tim Nelson. The DBs, we was a pack of dogs. Melvin Smith, shout out to Melvin Smith, Coach Melvin Smith, one of the best DB coaches in the nation. He had a pack of dogs, and he used to say all the time, if I let these dogs off the leash, somebody going to get bit. And every time we bit somebody. That's what I love about that group I had. I had Mario Hagan at linebacker. I had Barron Simpson. I had Connor Stevens. I had everything I needed on that defense. I remember getting there before the season started, and I was like talking to Coach Joe Lee Dunn. I was like, man, we really got some talent. And he was like, well, yeah, Fred, if you do your damn job, we'll be okay. And that's when I knew we had a chance to be good.
Yeah, if you'd have had a little bit of juice on offense, that's a different deal. I went over to that Alabama game in '99. And Pig took a punt back. So I was in grad school then. Yeah. Pig took a punt back the left sideline against Bama for like 40 or 50 yards. And late, after you'd run, way down the field, there was a late flag all the way back. Do you remember that, Smoot?
I remember that because that's the day that I sentenced Freddie Millings to 10 years to life in prison. He had no catches. He had many catches as a dead man. I remember that day. I remember that Pig play. But I also remember them beating us on that Hail Mary at the end of the game. That really crushed me. Like, it took me some weeks to bounce back from that one.
All right. We'll get into something better than that. Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds Show. 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. He joins us on the Dos Equis guest line. All right, so do you ever go to road games, Smoot, or do you stay in Washington?
I go to some road games, but then most time I stay in the studio, and we have to go live from the studio to do the post game and the pre-game and the halftime show.
Okay, so hold on, let me bring this back up. Y'all play at noon our time, 1 your time. So walk me through what you will do Saturday morning going into the Washington Commanders-Texans game, Smoot, pregame.
All right. If it's a 1 o'clock game, which will be if it's in Houston, that means it's a 2 o'clock game here. I would probably start doing pregame around 12:30. I would probably do 1 or 2 shows locally. Then I would do the pregame show for the team. Then I would watch the game at Command Center. I will watch the first half of the game, and then the halftime show I have to fill in. Me and Scott would get on there and do the halftime show, and then I watch the second half of the game, and then I do a 2.5-hour post game show. Yeah. So sometimes the fans are happy because we win and we go into the Super Bowl. Sometimes they're emotional because we lost and we'll never win another game. So it's my job to be the counselor of the DMV, to talk them off the ledge, to give them some good Southern cooking, and to help them understand what we're going through at the time.
All right, so tell me again who you do the halftime show with?
Scott Jackson, one of my favorite guys, one of the Old Dominion Monarchs. Yeah, Scott Jackson.
Okay. Guy. And who do you do the post-game show with for the Washington Commanders?
Scott Jackson.
Okay.
Scott Jackson. I do everything with Scott Jackson. I know that name sounds black, but he is white. Yes, he is, my guy.
Okay, so do y'all – that's incredible. Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show. Do y'all take calls after the game, Smoot?
Yes, we do take calls. See, that's how I can take the temperature of the fan base. And believe me, they be losing it. I can always tell who's filled up off of whiskey, who's going off of vodka, who's off of the beer. I can always tell what's got them laddered up. But you know what? The emotion is what I love, because no matter what goes on at that postgame show, I'm gonna get emotion from the fan base.
Where do you do the post? Do you do it from a bar or restaurant, or do you do it from the Washington Commanders facility?
We do it from the command center, which is the Washington facility. On away games, on home games, we do it from FedEx Field.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, so I basically live at FedEx Field like Baker Mayfield did with the Browns Stadium. That's how I do. I basically live there.
What is the how far is it from FedEx Field to the Washington Commanders facility?
Oh, they got a crazy thing. We live in Northern Virginia. Command Center, where the team practice at every day, is in Northern Virginia, is in Ashburn. We had to drive all the way around the Beltway to Maryland, and Landover is where the football field is. So it's almost a 45-minute drive just to get to the stadium, and we had to bypass Washington, D.C. to get to Maryland. So we the Washington Commanders, we play in Maryland, we live in Virginia, and we just chill and go to the club and restaurants in Washington, D.C.
All right. What is your favorite? Do you like – I guess when y'all win, obviously, post-game's awesome. But what's your favorite, media thing that you do? Show, whether it's radio, TV, whatever, kind of on a week-to-week basis.
I got a new show that I do. I've been doing for about a year now. Me, Josina Anderson from ESPN, and Morris Chestnut, the actor. We have a show that we do. It's called Crew NYC, and I love that show. And I had your boy A.J. Brown on 2 weeks ago, and I told him we were going to kick that keister, and that's what we did. A.J. Brown had as many catches as a dead man, so I knew we had a chance to win that game. But it's a show, and you can get it on the city. You can find it on Apple News, anywhere you look. But it's one of my favorites right now.
Okay. All right. Do you – so, we talk – it's rare we talk about Taylor Heinicke, but, I don't know who came up with it. Taylor, give me a Heinicke or something. But what's your –
No, it's last call for alcohol. Hand me a Heinicke. Get it right, Bo Bound.
Oh, okay. Last time for I got it.
Last call for alcohol. Hand me a Heinicke.
Okay. All right. So if y'all make the playoffs,
yes,
I think I'm gonna have to get some kind of Washington Commanders gear. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think you should get that black and gold jersey. That black and gold jersey is sweet, and I think a Heinicke will look very good on you. The one thing about Heinicke, I love it. Got good energy, great person. He's losing a little hair too early to be as young as he is, but hey, I love this guy. And the thing about it, he has that Shane Falco effect. He, if you ask me, what is Heinicke great at? Absolutely nothing. I tell you what, when he gets on the field, the players gravitate towards him. He has that it factor. We always talk about it factor. He has that it factor. And right now, he has the it, and Dak didn't have the it. Right now, the Cowboys are about to leave Dak where he's staying. So he has the thing that's bringing this team together. And I wonder, is Carson Wentz ever going to see the field here again?
Did you just take a shot at my guy, Dak?
I did take a shot at Dak. I did. I took a shot at Nick. You know I love Dak. That's my dog, brother. I love him to death. But I'm also a Cowboy hater and enthusiast. So at the end of the day, I relish in the fact that they just lost to the Green Bay Packers. The Packers of Green Bay, the guys that we beat to death here at FedEx Field. I'm sorry. Michael Parsons is a blessing. Trayvon Diggs is one of the best cornerbacks in the league. But Zeke, when he's one more neighboring from not even playing football, he's going to be a wrestler. And Dak has no business even playing right now because he's still injured. So the Cowboys' dreams are over, and I enjoy that. You know, I don't love to see no demise. Like I love seeing the demise of the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, and the old Miss Rebels. And by the way, I will be home for Thanksgiving. I am going to the Egg Bowl. I am taking my kids to the Egg Bowl. My daughter is enrolled in Ole Miss now. She will be there. I'm taking my daughter and my son to Ole Miss to the game. I'm going on enemy's territory. Get ready for it, Bo Bow.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss is the better team and has the better coaching staff.
Guess what? You know that has nothing to do with this game. That has nothing to do with this game. Ole Miss might be the better team, but I promise you, we will win that game.
Okay. All right, so y'all heard it. Fred Smoot's one going to the game, and it's in Oxford. Ole Miss is favored. They have the better team and coaching staff, but Smoot still thinks that there is a path for a Mississippi State Bulldogs victory next Thursday night at 6 o'clock, I think, 6:30.
My junior year, we beat them. We came back and beat them. You remember I put Odell Beckham in one hand and thing, and we had to kick six. Then my senior year, we had the better team, and we went to Oxford, and we lost. That's what this matchup is about. The better team don't matter. Usually, I'm afraid when we do have the better team. So I feel good about this game this
year. All right. Are you excited about Thanksgiving? I mean, do you go with the traditional turkey or ham, or do you go like fillets or beef tenderloin?
We're gonna do the turkey and ham, but for Ole Miss and Mississippi State, we will be doing the turducken this year. Yes, sir. That's a chicken inside of a turkey. I don't know what a turducken is, but I don't have to tell you. We're gonna do the turducken in the Smoot household, and we're gonna have some fun.
Did you ever get an opportunity to meet John Madden?
Yes, I did meet John Madden.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, I did. I got a chance to meet John Madden, and he talks like he sounded. Like, you know how somebody can't turn their voice off? He can't turn it off, and he always talked in that same monotone with the same energy. He just hates planes. I think me and Joe Theismann sat down and talked to John Madden when he pulled his bus up into what then was Redskin Park. And I was like, why do you got a bus? He said, because I've never rode a plane a day in my life. And to this day, he's never rode a plane to his death.
So who was able to get in more words? Because you like to talk too. What, John Madden or you?
I got in more words. Listen, I'm a talker. I'm a talker. And I always tell people at the end of the day, if you're from Mississippi, you live in Mississippi, the one thing we know how to do is talk. We ain't got too much else to do. So we got to talk to each other. Yeah. And that's fine. I enjoy that.
Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show, Playboy All-American. Where did y'all do that shoot? Was it Phoenix?
Yeah, we did Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tempe, Arizona. Yes, most definitely. I totally had a lot of fun up there.
Okay. Did you ever make it to before Hugh Hefner passed away, and I think the Playboy Empire sold it or something, did you ever make it to the Playboy Mansion in L.A.?
No, when I got into, I went to Minnesota and got into character too much. I really took being a Viking too serious. And, got on some boats up there and things went sideways. So, after that was pretty much, all I needed to go through. So I always tell people, man, never get caught up into the character of whatever you're playing too much because it can go awry.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right. Hey, real quick, on game day, when you're doing all the pregame and halftime show and postgame show, do you wear a jersey or do you just wear regular clothes? How does that work?
No, we wear team issue. We got sweaters, pullovers.
Gotcha.
We wear mostly Commanders gear, brand new gear that nobody else have, brand new Leatherman jacket, stuff like that. So we wear team stuff.
Okay. So you can get me a really cool pullover.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you one for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna bring you one while I'm down there.
Okay. All right. I'll buy you a steak and a bottle of Patron Extra Añejo if you'll bring that pullover.
Ooh, but now you know I am a whiskey baby. I only drink whiskey and bourbons. I was taught by a long line of alcoholics how to really get it in. I'm a Basil Hayden Bullet, Jack Daniels.
I got one for you. Okay. So one of our new partners is Russell's Reserve Bourbon. It's wild.
All right. I've drunk Russell's before.
Okay. All right. It's premium. This is funny. This lined up. In August, we went up to Lexington, Kentucky, and then went outside of Lexington to Lawrenceburg, and we got to pick out what they call a premium barrel pick, and it just landed here this week in bottles. All right.
Oh, right.
So I've got several cases, and I'm going to give you for Thanksgiving/Christmas a Russell's Reserve private selection barrel pick. How about that? A bourbon.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Bo Bound, and I will drink thee up. All right, most definitely. If your liquor don't have a first name, I there shall not drink it.
Okay,
and I will drink this.
Do you go neat on the rocks, old fashioned, Manhattan, or any of the above?
I go on the rocks with a splash of club soda.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right,
Call
bud.
it the Fred Naked.
Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds Show. Oh, man. Sports Talk, radio and TV, Washington area, Washington Commanders. Hey, have a good weekend, my friend, and I hope to see you, even if it's for 10 minutes next week, and be good.
All right. See you soon, brother. Thank you for having me on.
Smoot on the Out of Bounds Show. He says I'm getting a pullover, which I'm super excited about. Right now, as far as NFL, all I have is the Saints pullover from when Blake and I went to our Saints crew gave us
gross.
No, I think it's awesome. It's black with the gold fleur-de-lis.
Yeah,
I wear it
terrible.
all the time because it's thin and works. But when Blake and I showed up at the hotel or somewhere, I don't remember, right before the draft anyway, they handed out pullovers.
Yes.
And we put them on before Blake attacked that. Was it a turkey leg?
It was.
Oh, yeah. Before Blake attached that turkey leg, attacked. I just said attached. Then we put on our Saints pullovers, and we have a picture of
right.
Blake Scott in a New Orleans. He doesn't like the Saints or the Packers.
Nope.
Because he's an NFC guy, and he's a Cowboys guy, and his Cowboys haven't been to the NFC Championship game in 25 years.
It's okay.
And
still
the
more
Saints
titles
and
than the
Packers
Saints
have. That's true.
So many more titles. The Saints can't even see us. They're looking so straight up.
Straight up.
That's straight up. Can we get a Cowboys business on the show? What do I gotta do? Move this thing to Dallas?
Can we get a Well, we are connected with Shinerbach.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out
through Capital, which is phenomenal beer.
Yeah.
Both just their Shinerbach, but they do Oktoberfest and other things. I'm trying to think what else we're connected
I'm
to.
texting Jerry after the show.
I would actually need to Google a list of Dallas, Fort Worth metro area companies to see if there's something that we could target.
We'll have to do it.
And
we got to get on a good franchise. I mean, I'm no shot to the Saints, but I mean, let's move up. Let's shoot high.
Incredible. If you missed any of the show, including Troy Snitker, Houston Astros hitting coach, Steve Palazzolo, NFL insider, Fred Smoot, Playboy All-American at Mississippi State, go to Apple Podcast and search the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Our podcast today is brought to you by a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary or Tito's Topo Chico and a few orange slices. We will see you tomorrow.